Hello, Emmy, your Sharpest friend here, coming to you with a couple things. So some life updates for me if you're curious, and some sharpening options and Christmas in July specials. So hang with me. I am going to try to make this as short as I can. We also have two new Asterix products that are out for a limited time. So I'll talk about those too. So a quick life update, and just a huge thank you. So this is my 13th year with Cutco. Can you believe it? It is my 13th year with Cutco. So thank you so much. Whether you've ordered once or you've ordered 20 times, whether your order was 10 years ago or it was a week ago, I really, really appreciate your support, and all of it counts. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm now over $1.4 million in career sales, which is a lot of vegetable peelers. That is a lot of vegetable peelers. And if we haven't caught up for the past few years, so for the last 3 years, I have been traveling full time, which has been a huge adjustment for me and my life. I will, in a year from now, actually have a permanent residence again. But for the time being, I am still traveling full time. So I have now been to 23 countries and I've finished the 50 states. So huge travel is a huge priority. And there were those first 2 years there, I really took my foot off the gas. I needed a minute to breathe. I had been, in sales, running my book of business for a decade. And, there were a handful of other things going on. And I really took my foot off the gas. So I also apologize if I missed any communication, if there were any emails or texts or voicemails that slipped through the cracks. That was completely unintentional and just a result of, just me needing a second to breathe. So I am very much still with the company, but there was a gap there where I wasn't showing up as well for my clients. So if you felt that, I do apologize, and I would like to make that up to you. At the end of last year, I did go through a little bit of a business breakup, kind of a business partner breakup. So not like a romantic breakup, like a business breakup. And so there has been this adjustment where I feel like I haven't been as on top of my email and text communication. I now have an incredible assistant who's awesome, and she's helping me out in a huge way and taking over more and more. So that's been amazing. Her name is Gina, so you may hear from her every once in a while, and that is who she is. But all of that to say, very much still with Cutco, and a huge extra update, the last update before we go into sharpening and Christmas in July. On Sunday, so I'm recording this on Monday, July 27th, and on Sunday, August 1st, I am flying out to Edinburgh, Scotland for the month of August. So for the entire month of August, I am producing and performing in my own show in the Edinburgh Fringe, which is one of the largest performing arts festivals in the world. Some of you may know I've been doing comedy for the last 6 years. So I'm producing a show out there, and as well as doing guest spots. So right now I'm on 40 shows for the month of August. Massive, massive, massive. So there's going to be a good 6 to 8 weeks over that time period where I will be responding to calls, texts, emails as much as I can. I will be on a bit of a time difference. And this is the first time that I'll really be dedicating a full, definitely a full month, but then kind of bleeding into the few weeks after, but a full month to comedy. So I'm trying to do as much as I can, before that, and I have been for the past few months, especially, so that I can really focus on comedy. And with that said, okay, so some sharpening and Christmas in July updates. So if you were in the Cincinnati, Dayton, Northern Kentucky area, so I do have a sharpening pop-up on July 29th in Westchester. It was something last minute I threw together because there were a handful of requests that were coming in. So just threw it together last minute before I head out. So I do still have spots open for that. So that's in Westchester, July 29th, and the link will be in the email. And then in the fall, I have some other sharpening opportunities. So September 30th and October 1st, I will be in Westchester again. for 2 Sharpen and Shop days. And then October 8th, I'll be in Montgomery. And you'll get communication about all of this much more in advance. But just to give you a heads up now, I also will be offering in-home service during that time as well in like Cincinnati, Dayton, southeastern Indiana, northern Kentucky. So that area, I will be offering in-home service as well. I do also have a national service waitlist. So I have done in-home sharpenings in over 20 states throughout the US. So I do have a national service waitlist as well. So as I do road trips throughout the US, I pop around and I can do sharpening. So, and if you've ever gifted Cutco to people who are out of state, happy to add them to the waitlist and offer service when I'm in the area. And then as always, we have our factory sharpening, which is incredible. The factory always does a phenomenal job. It is the Cutco spa. And inevitably, the knives have to go back to the factory. At least I would say every 5 to 7 years. And definitely if it's been more than that, yes, they need to go back to the factory. So that's just inevitable. They have tools that I don't have. They have the full like sharpening wheel. And so they completely grind a new edge. Or if they find any imperfections, tips that are broken off, handles melted, they also have the power to replace the product and give you a brand new product. So they have some superpowers that I don't have. So the local service is more for your convenience. And, if anything does need to go back to the factory, I'll pack it up and we ship it back for you. But they're, just as a heads up as well, the factory service is incredible too. And then, okay, so Christmas in July, so 2 things that are new. So 1, we do have a 250th commemorative knife right now. So it's our 6-inch vegetable knife, which is a newer knife to the collection. So most people do not have this knife. And right now it has an American flag engraved on it. And it says, America, and then it says like 1776 to 2026. So that's available until September 1st. It comes with a hardcover sheath, and we can't do any specials on that because I can do it if it's in a larger bundle, but I can't do any specials on that knife because it is a limited time only knife. We also have a limited time only set right now. So if you are looking for a set for yourself, for a second home, or for a gift, we do have a limited time only set that is, it's kind of like the best of the best. It's in like a more of a basic block. It has 8 of the table knives and 8 of the prep knives. I have to double check on details, but it is, it's like some of the best of the best. And then our traditional handle flatware is back for a limited time. So we all have seen the stainless flatware that we have, the stainless forks and spoons. Some people have our traditional flatware, which has either that dark handle or that white handle. And that was discontinued many years ago. It is back for a limited time. So if you are missing any of those flatware pieces, I've had a handful of clients over the years say, oh, we lost, 3 spoons or 2 forks or whatever. This is a great time to get that replaced. So that traditional flatware is back for a limited time only. And then for my Christmas in July, so I'm doing a Christmas in July special. So for the Edinburgh Fringe Festival to save up and produce the show, I am investing 10 to 15 grand of my own money into producing and performing and renting a flat and getting transport over there, having a photographer, all these different things, right? And so because of that, I am super, super motivated to do an awesome Christmas in July special. This will end this Saturday on August 1st. And so far throughout July, so my goal is 50K in July. That is my goal. So far I have sold $19,037 of Cutco. So that makes me $30,963 away from my goal, that I would like to hit by Saturday. And I am super motivated to get you an awesome special. So our Christmas in July for our business gifts. So if you are doing engraved and branded gifts for your business, we do have package specials running on those right now. So this is a great time to look at that. If you do Christmas gifts, employee gifts, client gifts, referral gifts, whatever it is, we can engrave them for you and and it's 100% tax deductible as advertising when it's engraved, which is super nice. So we have bundles there. And then for people that are buying for their own homes, so for your personal collections, there's a bunch of different things that I'm doing, but a handful of them are 10% off 2 to 3 items. There's 25% off sets of 8 and 12 table and steak knives, 20% off block upgrades. So that's our upgrade package. So that is a larger block and then 5 knives of your choice. And it can be more than 5 as well. We can have the table knives, the steak knives in there. So it's 20% off that upgrade. For anybody that's purchasing a set right now, so a galley, a homemaker, a signature, an ultimate, and then our limited kitchen set as well, you get a certain amount in a shopping spree dollars to spend with that order on any other Cutco that you would like. So set purchases get a shopping spree right now. And then I have some bundle specials and some extra specials on the cookware packages, on the flatware. So there's a bunch going on right now. So I'm in between. I still have a texting platform that I use. So every time I text you, it is me just texting on a platform. So it's not like I have over 2,000 clients. I can't individually send that many texts on my phone. However, that texting platform might be changing, and there is a possibility that the phone number will change with it. So at some point in the fall, you may get a text, and it will be from me, but it might be with a different work number. So I'm working that out right now, but I am hoping to continue to use the texting platform that I have for the time being. It's just not very good. So anyway, so that's probably why you haven't heard from me very much via text. So if you are wanting service, go ahead and reply to this email, service, and we'll get you put on the wait list or scheduled for one of the upcoming service opportunities. And then if we do want to talk about Christmas in July, either shoot me back what you're looking at, your wish list, whatever it is, or just shoot me back the word Christmas if you want the full details on the Christmas in July packages, and then we'll go from there. So I hope that helps. I did try to keep this short, but so anyway, thank you again so much for being an incredible client and being a part of what has made this job so fun for 13 years. So I am hoping to continue to step up my communication and my follow-up, and I'm really excited for this kind of next decade of my career. So thank you so much, and like I said, super motivated for the Christmas in July packages, so I can fully fund and feel great about producing this show in Scotland. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.